Hi, welcome to Yoga with Mom. I'm Jen and it's great to see you today. It's another roasty toasty day over here. It's about 85 degrees out and it's just about to storm, so the humidity is off the charts. So I'm having extra water and I hope you are too. And I hope you had a nice bite to eat or some breakfast and lunch and you're ready to get moving. So get yourself in a nice cozy chair. Maybe be inside if it's as hot as it is where you are right now as it is here. I don't want you to get lightheaded from too much heat. A little air conditioning is definitely good, and once I'm done today, I'm going right in myself too. So have a couple sips of water and we'll get started. So let's get started like normal by bringing our right ear to our right shoulder, gently stretching. And since it's so hot out today, we're gonna make sure to not push ourselves too hard and just gently stretch and gently get our workout in. Because despite the heat, we still want to keep moving. All right, we're gonna switch our left ear to our left shoulder, gently stretching, feeling some nice movement. There we go. Deep breath in. And I'm gonna bring my right ear back to my right shoulder. There we go. Stretch my left arm up to the sky. I'm going to start by wiggling my fingers here, getting a little movement in my arm. There we go. And I'm making sure that I'm also very firmly secure on my chair. I'm not going to go sliding off if I move too much. All right, keep those arms wiggling. I'm going to slowly bring my arm forward, reaching in front of me. I stop at my shoulder height just for a moment and stretch a little bit further. And then I'm going to drop my hand down to my lap. Perfect. All right, let's sit up into the center. And I'm going to switch sides. My left ear goes to my left shoulder. Really stretching, making some good, feeling a nice good stretch on that right side of my neck as my ear is reaching towards my left shoulder. I'm going to take a nice big breath in and reach my hand up nice and tall, getting those fingers wiggling. There we go, some nice good movement. It definitely feels great to get moving even if it's nice and warm out. But you remember to keep breathing, and if you get thirsty, please stop and take a sip of water. Keep those fingers going. We slowly start melting our arm down to our shoulder height. There you go. Really stretch, stretch, stretch forward. Take another deep breath in. And then we bring the hand down to our lap. Perfect. So let's sit ourselves nice and tall. I want you to move on by lifting our shoulders up and shrugging down. Up, then down. Very nice. Up and down. We'll keep doing some up and downs. There we go. Loosening those shoulders up. Very nice. Up and down, up and down. And one more big strong one. Up and down. Very nice job. Now let's hold on to the arms of the chair or onto your legs or the sides of your chair. And I want to just switch shoulders going forward and back. We're just swaying a little bit, letting our shoulders move around in our back. Gently twisting our body. I'm just swinging my arms and my shoulders a little bit, getting some movement going. Gently twisting on my seat. There we go. Not trying to move too far. Just want to get a little bit of movement going in my upper back. There we go. Very nice. All right, let's stop. Make our way back to center. All right. And we're going to go with our twist even further. You know what we're doing. Both hands grab onto the side of our chair or the arm of the chair, or if we can, one arm grabs the arm and our other arm reaches behind. So my right arm's going to reach behind me right now, and I'm going to just gently use my palms to twist my torso, peeking over that right shoulder, looking right behind me. It's so beautiful out here, but it's so humid. The air feels like soup. You know what I mean? It's toasty, toasty. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And one more big deep breath in, really stretching, looking over my right shoulder. And exhale back to center. Very nice job. We're gonna switch it on up. So we're gonna turn our body to the left, grabbing onto the side of our chair, our arm of our chair, or even reaching behind us and grabbing the top of that chair with that left arm. And we look right over that left shoulder, remembering to sit nice and tall, twisting, looking over that shoulder, twisting and gently stretching. You should feel a nice little stretch in your back. Remember to sit tall. Deep breath in and out. In and out. And one more big breath in and out. Let's make our way back to center. Very nice job. Now I want you to hold on to either the bottom of your chair or the arms of your chair, and we're gonna do some marching. So we're gonna pick those knees up nice and tall. We can kind of stomp the feet down on the ground, but I want you to keep your back as tall and straight as you possibly can. Really tapping those feet down on the ground, picking your knees up. There you go. Keep moving, getting some motion in those legs. You're doing a wonderful job. Keep moving. And we'll keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice job. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna do one of my favorites next. It's the pigeon pose. We've done this a few times and you've done it very well, so let me refresh your memory. I'm gonna keep my right leg planted on the ground. I'm gonna bring my left over, cross my leg. There we go. I flex my toes, flexing them in a little bit. I'm gonna hold on to my chair, and then I'm gonna gently bend my body over that leg. There you go. And I make sure I'm sitting nice and firmly on my chair. I do not want to be slipping and sliding off my chair. And I want to keep those toes flexed, remembering to breathe, gently stretching my body down. Really reaching down towards the ground. Remembering my nice deep breaths in, my nice flexed toes. Breathing in deep and exhaling. Let's take one more big breath in and exhale, and then I'm slowly gonna roll myself up to a seated position, and I'm gonna switch sides. So my left leg's gonna come down to the ground. There we go. My right leg crosses over. I flex those toes. There you go. And I'm slowly gonna fold over my top leg, being very gentle of my knee. And if I feel a little bit of a pinching or a strain, I'm gonna sit back up and try to readjust a little bit. Sometimes we don't have ourselves in the right position, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable, and we shouldn't be in pain when we're doing this. We should be feeling a nice gentle stretch. So I'm gonna approach it again now, slowly rolling down. Noticing that I'm in a little bit better of a position than I just was, so this feels better for me. Sometimes you gotta try things a couple times to find the right bend. There we go. And once you feel good, we're just gonna hold it down. There you go. Remembering to breathe and holding on firmly with my hands here. I'm not trying to bend like crazy. I'm holding on firmly, and I'm being very mindful of my body. All right, let's take a couple more quick breaths in. And one more big breath in. And as I exhale, I slowly round myself up to a seated position. Very nice. I'm gonna drop my leg back down. Very good. Let's bring our hands up to heart center in prayer. There we go. Take a nice deep breath in, remembering to sit nice and tall. I want the crown of your head to really reach to the sky above you, sitting as tall as you possibly can. And then let's reach those arms all the way up overhead. Your fingertips are just gonna reach as tall as they possibly can, reaching as far away from your feet as possible, reaching to the sky. And I'm gonna wiggle my fingers here, getting some movement in my arms. I always like doing anything I can to wake up those muscles in my arms. I know, we need to use our arms for so many things in our days. It's so good to really move our muscles, get stretching, get moving. And we're just gonna keep wiggling here for a few more seconds. You are doing great, don't give up. So we'll keep wiggling for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can stop our wiggles. I want you to grab your elbows with your opposite hands. There you go. So your arms are nice and bent. My right arm holds my left elbow holds my right, and I got my arms just in a little square above my head. There you go. Sitting nice and tall, like those elbows are reaching all the way away from my shoulders, trying to pull themselves all the way up to the sky. If somebody were to grab me by my forearms, they could pick me right up just by holding my arms so tightly together. Oh, you look great. It's a nice stretch of our back. Sitting nice and tall here. Keep reaching up. Those elbows really reach out of your shoulders. All right, and we're gonna gently twist to the right side. So I'm gonna keep those elbows just the way they are, nice and far away from each other. And I twist my body to the right, really stretching. And I make sure to keep my bottom very planted on my seat here. I'm not trying to lift up off my bottom. I'm gonna make my way through center, all the way to that left side, really stretching, twisting in my body. Take a deep breath in. And I start twisting towards the right side again. There we go. Twist. There you go. Nice and twisty. Take a deep breath in. Then I twist all the way back to that left side. Very nice job. I'm really starting to feel the twist, and just by holding my arms over my head like I am, I'm starting to feel it in my shoulders, because I'm strengthening my shoulder muscles, which is such an incredibly important thing to do, especially when we're just holding our arms up. Yeah, we're not even working that hard, but we're making a difference and an impact on our arms and our shoulders. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna twist to that right side one more time. We're not gonna stay here too long, but try to stay as strong as you can. Keep those arms up. Deep breath. We shift to the left side one more time. Nice and strong. Make our way back to center, and we can drop those arms down. All right, plant those hands on your thighs and just give yourself a little shimmy shake. Shake those arms a little bit. Do what feels good. There you go. Get some movement, loosen them up. That was a lot of good work. I can feel it right up there in those muscles, which I feel like I can always work on strengthening them. My arms are not as strong as I would like them to be, but if we keep working on them, we get better every single day. So I'm proud of you for the work you just did. That was fantastic. We're gonna continue on with some leg work now and really strengthen those muscles now that your arms are probably too tired to raise up anymore. Mine are. All right, let's make sure we're nice and firmly seated again. And we're gonna do a little bit of kicking. I know it's always fun to do. So make sure you're seated nice and firmly on your seat. If you wanna sit back a little bit, you can do that too. Just make sure you're not leaning forward so you don't risk falling forward. If anything, I want you to tip backwards a little bit, okay? All right, so let's keep moving. Let's get that left leg planted so my foot's nice and firmly on the ground. I'm holding onto the bottom of my seat, and I'm gonna kick my right leg and then set my foot down on my toes. Kick and set down, kick and down. Here we go. Kick and down. Let's do this 10 times together. Are you ready? 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, and one more, 10, and down. Great job. We're gonna switch. I plant my right foot, my left foot goes up on the toes, and I kick it out and down. There you go, just like that, just the same as the other side. So kicking out, touching down. Ready? 10 times on our left side together. We've got 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, and one more. You can do it nice and strong. Number 10. Very good job. All right, let's keep going with our legs. So I want you to really hold on to the bottoms of your chair, and we're gonna kick both legs. We're gonna go from one to the other, one to the other. I'm just setting my feet down on my toes. I'm not planting one of my feet. So if you need to sit back further in your chair so you don't tip forward at all, I would love for you to do that. Otherwise, sit as tall as you possibly can. Hold on with those arms nice and firmly. I'm holding the bottom of my chair, so I have the most balance I can possibly have in this chair. And then I'm gonna kick. One leg, other leg, one leg, other leg. Just going back and forth, kicking gently, making sure to point my toes. There we go. Just going side to side, back and forth. There we go. So let's just keep going for a few more kicks. There you go. Clear would like to say hi, and so would Diesel. There we go. Keep kicking. You got this. A few more kicks. Just a few more kicks. There we go. We got 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. That was good. I'm starting to feel it everywhere now, and I bet you are too. So the next thing we're gonna do is one of my favorites. We're gonna do our shifting side to side with our hips here. So holding onto my chair, I just shake my legs side to side, loosening my hips up. I'm gently sitting on my bottom, so I'm not firmly planted. I'm just gentle. I sway the legs side to side. There we go. Now I'm gonna place my hand in the center, glued to the inside of my knee, and I'm gently gonna bop my knees together. There you go. Bop them together. My hands in the way so that my knee bones don't bump into each other, because that doesn't feel very good. And I'm just gently bopping. There we go. A few more bops to loosen up our hips. There you go. For 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, let's do another twist. Since we're almost out of time already today, I feel like our class has gone by very, very fast, but the heat might be making me a little bit nutty today. I don't know. Well, let's go. So we're gonna bring our hands together in our heart center. There we go. And we're gonna do that twist where we touch the outside of our elbow to the outside of our knee. So make sure you're very firmly planted on your seat. And if you feel like you're going to lose your balance, I want you to use your right arm to hold on to your chair, and the left arm can touch your leg, okay? So my left arm is on my leg. I have a nice balance. I bring my palms together in prayer, and I just gently push into my palms, gently twisting my torso. There we go. So we just gently twist. And as always, remember to breathe. There we go. Remembering my nice deep breath in and out. All right, let's switch sides. I'm gonna go through the center. There we go. And then I'll take the outside of my right elbow on that outside of my left knee. And again, I can always hold on to the side of my chair if I'm gonna lose my balance. So I have that elbow on the outside of my knee. I push gently into my palms and I gently twist. I'm looking at my hands right now as I twist. There we go. That helps me keep my alignment nice in my back. And I just remember to breathe and gently push and twist. Really appreciating that twist in my back. And really appreciating the breeze right now. It feels beautiful on such a nice day. All right, let's take one more final breath in here. And I'm gonna exhale myself all the way up to my seated position. Very, very nice job. Well, it's super, super hot out and I'm a little bit sweaty, so I feel like we should probably wrap it up today and go back in and get some air conditioning, and I hope you do the same. So let's bring our hands to heart center one more time. We'll take a couple final breaths together to finish off our practice today. So let's take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And one more deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for joining me today at Yoga with Mom. I'm Jen, and I hope you had a beautiful, beautiful day, and your day is filled with wonderful moments. I look forward to our next class together, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.